It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Let's get out of here. Aye.
Hey everyone, it's Brother Aaron from Got It Minute. I hope you guys are doing well. One of the most controversial subjects, when did Christ die? If you stick with me to the end, I think this presentation is going to be a really good one based on the information that I'm going to share. And I got a lot of help from my friends. I've been, watching a lot of videos, reading a lot of content, talking with a lot of people on Discord. I don't know who to even say thank you to, just everybody. I watched this wonderful video from Chuck Missler. My goodness. Okay. All right, guys. Are you guys ready? I think we might have figured this one out. We're going to start off by this. We got all the reasonable dates here from 30 to 33 that every reasonable person would say he died somewhere between 30 and 33 AD. So I'm going to put them all up and I'm going to scratch them out as we go here. First thing I'm going to say is Jesus had to have died on a Wednesday, and I'm going to explain why, and then we're going to start scratching some stuff off the calendar here. So Wednesday would allow 3 days and 3 nights before Sunday. Jesus would have rose on a Sunday because Saturday is the Sabbath. Jesus had to have risen after the Sabbath. He had to have risen on the first day of the week, on Sunday after the Sabbath, as per Leviticus 23, to fulfill the Feast of First Fruits. Now, in John, people get confused about the high Sabbath. So in John 19, verse 31, it says this: "Therefore," this is when Jesus' side was pierced, "because it was the preparation day, that the body should not remain on the cross on the Sabbath." But it clarifies for us that for the Sabbath was a high day. It was a high day. So this was a high day. Now, a high day is a mikra, or an appointed time. And here are some high Sabbaths. A high Sabbath is the first day of unleavened bread. So the day after the day of Nisan 14, the day that Jesus would have died on the cross for our sins, would have been the first day of unleavened bread, which is a high Sabbath day. So some people think of, oh yeah, he must have been crucified on a Friday because Saturday's the Sabbath. No. He was crucified the day before the high Sabbath day. So the day before the 15th day of the first month, that's when he was crucified. So he was crucified on the 14th of Nisan. Exodus 12, you're supposed to sacrifice your lamb on the 14th day of the first month. Christ fulfilled every jot and tittle. So Christ would have been sacrificed on Nisan 14, one night, 1 day, 2 night, 2 day, 2 night, 3 day, rises on Saturday just before it rises on Sunday, on the first fruits. So he dies as our Passover lamb. It becomes the first fruits for us. That's perfect. It's seamless. So he had to have died on a Wednesday, and he would have had to die on a full moon. And we're going to get into that blood moon thing. But let's just first cross off some dates here, okay? So these are all the dates from 30 to 33 AD. And we have, these are the 30s, these are the 31s, these are the 32s, these are the 33s. Let's just be nice, and let's just cross off the ones that are okay and reasonable. Okay, so this one's a Friday, not going to work. This one's a Saturday, not going to work. That's 30. So we're going to leave that on the chart just for now. This is in 30 AD. It's a Wednesday, March 8th, and 30 AD, but we'll cross that off in a sec. I'll tell you why. Here's Sunday, February 25th. That's not a Wednesday, not even close. 31 AD, not going to work. We're going to leave that Tuesday up for a second. We're going to leave that Wednesday up for a second. This is 32 AD, Saturday, not going to work. It's a Saturday. This is a Monday, April 14th, 32 AD, not going to work. It's a Monday. Didn't die on a Monday. Tuesday, we'll leave it up. It's close. It's in 32 AD. Thursday, we'll leave it up. It's close. That's in 33. Friday, not going to work. Saturday, not going to work. Okay, so we left up 3 or 5. We left up 5 of them. Now, the thing with these ones is, this one is before the spring equinox. So this would have been the month of Adar, but he didn't die in the month of Adar. So we're going to scratch that off. This one on Tuesday, March 27th, was before the spring equinox. That's not going to work. These green dots represent the spring equinox. This is always March 22nd or March 23rd, these green dots. So this Wednesday, March 8th, in 30 AD came before that spring equinox. Not going to work. This one, Tuesday, even though it was close to Wednesday, was before the spring equinox. This one is way too early. It's because the spring equinox over there, so not going to work. Actually, the spring equinox might have been over here. Actually, now that I think of it, this probably doesn't qualify because I think I did that in the right spot. But either way, this one's before the spring equinox. Not going to work. So over here, we've got a Tuesday, which is close, and we got a Wednesday. But this one is in the second month. So this was the first full moon after the spring equinox. So this one is in the second month. So that one's not going to work. The only one that qualifies is Wednesday, April 25th, 31 AD, that qualifies as the first full moon after the spring equinox. It's the only one out of the popular years that qualify for a Wednesday crucifixion. But guess what is going on that particular one? We have blood moons here, but this blood moon in particular, right here, is a blood moon specifically over Jerusalem, the night that Christ would have been crucified. Whoa, isn't that special? So the only date that qualifies for a Wednesday full moon crucifixion is Wednesday, April 25th, 31 AD. Now, let's go down to the bottom here and let's talk about some of this stuff. So, yes, the first one that qualifies as a Wednesday, and only that one is April 25th. This one also qualifies because it's the first full moon after the spring equinox that fits on a Wednesday. The third qualification is there's a blood moon in Jerusalem the night of his death. The fourth thing that it qualifies is the Ezra decree. If we use this Ezra decree, we've talked about that before, and we count from 457 or 458, depending on how you count it, but 457, it brings you to 27 AD at the beginning of his ministry. The fifth thing that it qualifies us with is Tiberius Caesar. He started to co-reign in 26, but you could even say 27 AD for the co-reign of Tiberius. You can't say that Christ started any later than 28 AD because of the timing of Tiberius, which is mentioned in Luke chapter 3. So this Wednesday qualifies for that one. The sixth thing that it qualifies is there is 40 years between the cross, the death of the cross, and the destruction of the temple, if you count inclusive, if you start your count 31 being 1. Okay? You can't do that in 32 or 33 AD. The seventh thing that qualifies here is most people would agree that Herod the Great died in 4 BC. Some people say 1 BC, but the thing is all of his guys that replaced him, here's the guys that replaced him, they all replaced him in 4 BC. So it's very likely that Herod the Great died in 4 BC and his 4 tetrarchs replaced him in 4 BC. This was my chart from last year, so I don't know if he was born in 5 or 4 BC. Either way, this is probably likely the best candidate of a story. So if that's the case, then this Wednesday qualifies for the 7th qualification of Herod the Great dying in 4 BC. The 8th qualification is that King David, most would say that he died right around 971, but being conservative and pushing all over the place, if he died in 971, 970, 969, we're really pushing it. I think he died right around this area, 971, 970. And you can see how it all lines up with Second Coming, 3,000 years after the death of King David. So that's the 8th qualification of Wednesday, April 25th. The 9th qualification is we have a prophecy in the Psalms. And if you look at the Psalms, you look at the Psalms from 124 to 132, we're in 2024, right? And if you go to 132, you see a really prophetic Second Coming kind of material in Psalm 132 and Psalm 84. If you count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you count from here and you look at these Psalms as the Israel's age 76 right now, from 1948, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whammo. So this qualifies for that in terms of prophecy in the Psalms. The walls, Sulam and Ottoman, sealed up the wall by 1541. If you had 490 years, that gets you to 20 2031 is a second coming minus 7 years, and you got yourself a rapture. The 11th confirmation for this is Rahab was taken out 7 years before Israel divvied up their promised land. Rahab was the Gentile that had the faith. And we are the Rahab, we are the Gentile Rahab. Well, 490 times 7, so 3,430 years from that date gets you to 2024, the potential year of the rapture. And the 12th qualification is you go 7 years after that, and you do the exact same thing, and that gets you 2031 for Israel. And so I present this first thing right back at you here. Where was it? Where did I put that chart now? Let me just pause it and find my sheet. Oh, it's in my hands. What am I? Okay. So what we have here is we went through all the popular dates, any possible date that anybody would argue to be a potential Passover time that Jesus died on the cross for you between 30 and 33 AD. And the only one that qualifies because of the Wednesday thing, because of the high Sabbath being on a Thursday, because it's the Nisan 15, and because of all those other things we talked about. We have really the only one that really works, Wednesday, April 25th, 31 AD. Now, I think that Hosea 6:2 speaks of the second coming being 2001 years after the cross. I also think it could be a clean 2000, but I think it's also reasonable to say 2001 year. Now, if we rapture now and the second coming is 2031, I think we're in full effect for a millennial kingdom really starting out in 2032, as the prophecy in the Psalms seem to indicate. But if he comes in 2031, that's really at the tail end of 31 anyway. By the time it all gets sorted out and the millennial temple is dedicated on Hanukkah in the December of 2031, we're already in 2032, if that makes sense. So, wow, are we certainly in such a special window of time for the potential rapture. I think this is awesome. Big shout out to Chuck Missler for help there, and my friends in the Discord, particularly Cindy and Nick were talking with me that one night about the high Sabbath, and that really helped me here. I don't know, just so many different studies and videos and things to think about. Let me know what you think about this. We got so many qualifications for this date. So, love you very much. One day closer. Go, Jesus, go. Get tight with Christ, because he's coming soon. Keep on building that boat, because soon it's going to float.